Hello everyone, this is Dr. Jacob Wilson and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing cardio age, right? As we age, our cardiovascular conditioning goes down and we can't lift as much training volume as we did when we were young. But before we get started, hey listen, the best way you can support this channel, if you love this content, is to click subscribe and like this video, right? Okay guys, so let's get into this. Here's the thing. We look at just how jacked we are, right? And how much muscle we have. And so that's muscularity. And we think about our nervous system and neural adaptations. But what allows us essentially to handle larger amounts of training volume and to recover faster between sets and to not suck wind on our leg workouts is our cardiovascular conditioning. Now, cardiovascular conditioning can really be defined as the maximal amount of oxygen that we can take in and utilize in the muscles and between sets during exercise. So what do I mean by that? Let's say that you're doing a set of 12 to 15 on squats and you're sucking wind at rep 6, your cardiovascular conditioning is not too good. Let's say you do that set of squats and it takes you 5-10 minutes to recover, you're sucking wind. Your recovery between sets is your aerobic conditioning. And that is defined by basically how strong your heart is and how strong the blood vessels are surrounding the muscles. Now, what most people don't understand is it's not just helping you recover between sets and handle more volume. The blood vessels around the muscles actually create a conditioned look, they create vascularity, and it allows us to get better pumps in the gym. Now, what studies show is that in our 20s and in our 30s, we lose anywhere from 3 to 6% of our conditioning, from 20 to 30 and from 30 to 40. Now, if you're not really focused much on cardio, that could be as much as 10 to 12% drop in conditioning by the time you get to your late 40s. And now you're going, man, I just can't recover as fast for my workouts. I can't recover as fast between sets. Your volume lowers, and if your training volume lowers, you lose muscle mass. You lose that conditioned look. You notice when people age, they don't have the roadmap veins anymore, the density, they can't get the pump. That's because they're losing cardiovascular conditioning. So basically, what we want to do is avoid the sucking wind threshold of preconditioning. And I'll define what that means in a later video of how you measure your conditioning, but it just goes to show that cardiovascular conditioning is critical. Okay, so basically, what I'm saying is you need to focus as much on aerobic exercise, or at least a third of your training should be dedicated to aerobic exercise as it is to your training. So what do you want to do? Well, number one, at least twice a week, you need to dedicate your training to cardiovascular conditioning. That could be traditional cardio. It could also be high intensity interval training, or it could be sprint type training. I'll define what that means in later videos. And then the next thing is, guys, you need to move during the day. That means you need to look at your phone, your watch, and make sure you're getting at least 10,000 steps a day. This is important for insulin sensitivity. It's important for aerobic conditioning, okay? We need to counter this by having dedicated cardio training. That means 2 to 3 times a week. We need to do dedicated cardiovascular exercise. Also recommend doing things like giant sets, supersets, short rest period lengths. There's a lot of different ways that we can incorporate this. And I'll talk about that in the next video. Thank you so much, guys. See you next time.